Good morning, everyone. It's Amy with Mama Bear Blue, and it's Mondays with Mom, and I'm here with Mom.
Debbie, and it's 8 degrees out.
It's 8 degrees out. It's freezing. Well, and the wind chill is -4.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Another cold week, but we're on the home stretch, I think. Hopefully,
Okay.
Next week is 54.
Well,
a week from Tuesday. We just got to get through this week.
That's just a teaser.
Yeah. But I mean,
yeah,
you know, it is. That's how it is. Last week was really busy with the Iron Orchid Designs release on Thursday, which was amazing. Thank you so much for those of you that ordered. I still have stock. There's a couple things that are dwindling, but I did place a reorder. So if any of you IOD fans want anything, just hop on mamabearblue.com and I'll get it out to you ASAP. So I thought this would be a great time to start making some spring and Easter decor for the booths and show you guys a couple of the new IOD paint inlays, which are beautiful. I have several things. Well, Mom's just put one coat of White Swan, DIY Paints White Swan, onto a Lazy Susan, and it probably needs another coat.
Yeah. I'll wait to
We're going to get,
explain.
Okay, and then on hers, we're going to be using, or on that Lazy Susan, we're going to be using the new paint inlay called Portofino. And it's got lemons, but it's also got that pretty French blue. Lots of blue. Lots of the white and blue. So I thought we'd paint this the white, and then we'll put one of the blue. Choose one of these really, like that is gorgeous, that vase of flowers. Yeah. So we'll see when we get to that point. But we're going to go through the steps of how to apply a paint inlay. I know that paint inlays can sometimes be a little bit intimidating, but they really are not hard. Just a bit of a learning curve, and they're really pretty. They look like, you know, the pigment embeds into the paint, and it looks like it's hand painted on. So the other paint inlay that came out is called Spring Melody, I believe. And I don't know where the top of it is.
Whoa.
There it is. Did you get it on you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So Spring Melody, and it's got lots of beautiful roses, but it's also got lots of neat little Easter decor. So they put in a couple pages of really small elements of bunnies and chicks and lambs. So I thought we'd make some of the smaller things with that. And then I think I finally decided what the class at Southport will be if you're local. That's on March 7th, I believe, and I will get that posted on my page. But we're going to do paint inlays, DIY paint and paint inlays, making some spring and Easter decor. So if you want to join us, if you're local, just message me about that. Be watching my page and you'll get the details on that. So we have lots of things. That was a Goodwill find. I think it's an IKEA brand, Lazy Susan. But these all came from Hobby Lobby when, I think it was like end of spring last year, when they start putting stuff like a 50-60% off. I always try to pick up these little wood things because they end up being really inexpensive, but they make really nice little gifts or home decor and stuff to sell in the booth. So these are the perfect size for some of the small Easter elements that are in that Spring Melody inlay. Okay, so I think I'm also going to paint this white. And if a little bit of that black comes through, in fact, I may do some wet distressing so that it does. That's fine. But I'm going to do a couple coats of white, and then on that last coat, good morning, Marla. Thanks for joining us. On the last coat is where we will embed the paint, and then I will talk to you guys about what we need to do to seal it without messing up the pigment. Okay, so I'm going to also use the same paint, White Swan, and then we might try to hit Hobby Lobby today and just see where they're at on their spring sale prices. I know they were 40% off a couple weeks ago. I doubt they've come down anymore yet, but we'll see. And these things, I feel like they sell every season. Like, I even see these at Christmas, the little tiny miniature cutting boards there. Thank you. All right. I'm going to hit this with the heat gun too. This first coat doesn't have to be pretty, just covered. these black cutting boards are the ones I used at a class last summer where we used transfers on them, I think. I just make sure my strokes are the long, to finish up with just long straight strokes like I do when I'm painting my furniture. So you don't have a bunch of, unless you want that crosshatch look. But on these, I think I want it more smooth. All right, I'm going to reach for this heat gun, Mom. All right. Let's get the second coat on here of White Swan. All right. I'm going to do the back of this board probably later and touch up the edges, but I don't want to spend all the time just painting here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out the image from Portofino that I want to put on here. There's lots of neat borders in here too. Lemons and shells. I don't know if you guys can see that.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And these, if you're local, they're both stocked at both locations, Farm Girl, Mercantile, and Southport.
It's not dried completely.
It's okay. We can, let's set it aside and give it some time on its own.
Okay.
And then before we try to sand it, because if we sand it now,
It's just I'm gonna have to start
it's
all
okay
over.
because I have more painting for you to do
Okay. Oh, great.
on these two. We're using White Swan on everything today.
Okay.
There's that. So we'll let that dry. So here, let's get it out of your way, or else it's just gonna be annoying here.
It's annoying when I look at that spot.
It'll be better. It'll be better. If we have to sand it and put one more coat of white on it before we do the inlay, we can't. But we probably just need not to rush it. I think that's what we tend to do.
Yeah.
We tend to rush it because we're so excited to show you guys all the neat things you can make.
Product, yeah.
All right, let me see what's going to go best on this. Oh, that's a cute one. It's got like herbs and fish hanging off, dried fish hanging off of a branch.
Uh-oh.
Cute. But I think this little framed floral vase will be what I choose. Let me just double check. It comes with 8 pages. And, oh goodness, that's pretty too. Okay, let's see. That might fit just perfectly to fill up the whole. It looks like it's made for a cutting board, to be honest.
It does.
I think that would be. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, that is what I'm going to do.
All right.
Let me get scissors. Let's see, you just want it what?
Bruce is laying his head on my
Oh,
leg.
he's always ready for us to be done. All right, so I've cut that out, and let me show you guys what that looks like. And what we will do is get that third coat on here. Oh, I haven't dried mine yet. Do you want to hand me the? Yeah. I want to get it in your paint. All right. So this is my second coat. I'm getting it fully dry before I go on with the third coat that this one will embed into. So after I do this one, and then we're going to do yours once we get that spot fix will do it in the blue as well. But those two I think we'll do small Easter decor with. That over there. If we have time, I have that one already planned out, the wood box. The red ball that comes in Spring Melody Paint Inlay. It's really pretty. Okay. I do too, Susie. I love it. I love the blue and white. Okay. So let's go ahead and get, now I've moved the can, now I'm going to reach over you.
You're awesome.
Right there. I am going to put this third coat on, and this is the one that we are going to put the inlay into. So you don't want to like a really thick coat, just a medium amount. But anywhere you know that this blue image is going to be needs to have paint, because that's the way that it goes into the wet paint. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to ask, and if you're watching on the replay, let me know. And I can get those answered. I'll also put the links to these in case you guys are interested. These products we're using. Alright, I think that's pretty good. DIY paint dries really fast, so I don't want to wait too long before I get this going. So I'm going to stand up and get this lined up the way I want it to look. Get down on there. And if you want to measure, you can. But I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so I've got it on there. Once it's down, don't try to mess with it or pull it up. And then I just start in the center and kind of like with decoupage paper and work my wrinkles out as I go.
That's going to be pretty.
Isn't it? And I can tell I don't have paint down here where I need it, or it dried really quick. So I'm going to get my brush right under that edge, get some more paint in there. I don't want to miss any of that pretty blue. Same on this side. I think it just dried really quick. Okay. Just a little bit right at the top. It's already starting to embed. Okay. Now, it's okay if you have some wrinkles. That is going to happen. It's not the end of the world. Get down here, just making sure those are all have enough paint to do what it needs to do. Okay. Next step, once you've got that done, is to lightly spritz it with just water. Okay, and that's going to help activate that pigment. Then you can take a paper towel, and I kind of just smooth it again and sop up any. If you have too much water laying on the surface, that's not good either. So, but it does have to be damp to activate that pigment. And instead of rubbing too much, I have to always remind myself it's better to pat it down. And I think what I might do also on this is, where is there it is, my IOD sprayer. Just make sure I have really good contact with the pigment going into the paint. All right. Excuse me. I'm going to lay this aside just for a few minutes. What we're going to do is just let that dry. You can speed it up a bit with the heat gun, but I try not to do that on these if I don't have to. Hope I'm not getting sick.
I hope you're not either.
So I'm going to set this aside, and in a few minutes we'll see if that paper's dried. You can kind of tell because it starts to get hazy again. So when it is, then we will do the next steps to peel this off. I'm going to set this aside, And I'm going to work on this, Mom, while you're still painting.
Hope
It may
you
take a
can
little
save
bit. Hope I can save it. I
Yeah.
think I can save it. First, we got to get it drier, or else it's going to be smeary. So what it is just one spot that we messed up on. I need to sand down just a bit and repaint. The cracks don't bother me as much. It just makes it look old. But when I tried to fix that spot, it just got too gloppy. All right, let's see if I can make that go down just a bit with some fine grit sandpaper. Now we're going to do the same thing, and I just need to pick out what we're using on this.
That's a miracle. It's all gone.
It's much better.
Nuts.
Okay. I don't know if we should use... I might save that other one for another cutting board, but I really love this.
It's
I love
pretty.
that a lot. It's smaller, but... Let's see what else we got. Got the lemons too. I wonder what that would look like with borders across the top and bottom. That's a possibility. But I'm really just wanting to use this one that has the oval frame with the floral in the middle of it. I think I'm going to do that. And then if I feel like it still needs something around the edges, we can maybe use some of the smaller ones. But I feel like this is going to be good. Okay. So let's get this one cut out. You know what? I'm going to tear this.
That's your favorite thing.
Yeah. Sometimes that edge, when you cut it, I don't like it to show in the embedded paint. I mean, you can always fix it, but sometimes a cut edge is real noticeable. Like our decoupage paper, you know, the edges are more, they lay down better when they're torn. How's my one looking? It's getting there. The one that's drying.
Yeah.
Almost got it. And then we're going to get our third coat on here, lay this down, and do the same thing that we did. This is going right down in the center. Make sure, one thing, make sure when you're doing this, the pigment side is going down into your wet paint. I've done that before, where I put it in and it's not the pigment side, it's just paper, and the pigment's looking at me. Alright, spritz it a little bit. And then the roller.
Here's a,
Just a little bit of paint, but it wouldn't matter because you wouldn't see it. set that aside. Now, do you want to hand me that one back? I want to check on it. The one cutting board?
Yes.
All right. Still a little damp. I'm gonna hand me the heat gun just for a second, Mom. I'm gonna heat it up just a little bit. Get it dry. So I'm gonna re-wet just a little edge.
Sorry. Sorry, Bruno.
They are right here, aren't they? The dogs.
I'm scared.
They're right by you. All right, I just need something to lift. I need my little picker thing. Where is it? Should have had that out here. Okay, we won't use the picker. I just need something to start the edge lifting, because sometimes it's down real far and I can't get it. I just need a little bit. There we go.
Did you get it?
Yeah. I just want to see how we're doing. Looks pretty. What do you think? Looks like it's working.
Yes.
Okay. Let me spritz a little more, but not too much. I don't want it to be too soggy. Yeah. Let me put this back there. Sometimes if I pulling it up and I see that a little bit didn't get on there, if I just lay it right back down and push, then I'll get a little more pigment to come right back off. Okay, I'm gonna that was really good, because I got up there, I saw it's not ready. I'm not gonna rush it, not gonna do it. We're gonna peel this back in just a minute so I can get the Easter ones on there.
Okay.
That is gonna be pretty, blue and white. All right. So here we are back at our Easter stuff. So cute. Bunnies, chickens, sheep. Which one should we put on there?
After we get this one.
Yeah, we'll do the backs later. We can always get that done later. Let me look on the back of here and see what we did. The little roses are cute too. Okay, so let's get this page out, and I'm going to tear out one of these. Let's just do this bunny here, and then I think I'm going to do the little rose trim pieces along the side. This bunny.
Which one do you want
this
first?
one. Yeah.
They both have two coats.
You can put them. We can do them at the same time. Okay. So let's do the chicken and this bunny. And then I will get those one trim pieces out just in case we decide to. Oh, there's the other ones. Well, I knew there was another page of these, so we'll do one with a different color. Isn't that pretty? The pinks, they have pink and tan and. Okay, I'll let you hold on to this. I might let you go ahead and tear out the one for this one. Let's do.
Oh, Bruce, stop.
What do you think? Yeah. Can you tear that one out for me? Yeah, that's pretty. I'm going to set that there. Okay, so let's get this bunny on here.
Can I cut it first before I
You
start
can
tearing
cut it. You can cut it. You can just leave it cut. I mean, you don't have to
Well, I just don't
tear it.
want to get into it.
Good morning, Karen. We're going to be delivering your order today. It's on our list of to-dos. Oh, this is cute. Okay, so we'll get that third coat on. We're doing the paint inlays, the new ones from IOD, the Portofino and Spring Melody. So this is the layer that will have it being embedded, and I have it down. Spritz it with a little bit of water. throw my paper towel on the ground? Probably. Let me get, oh, no, there it is. So I spritz it with a little bit of water and then making sure it's completely flat to the paint. And then we're going to let this dry for a few minutes before we try pulling it up. So there's that one. I'm going to give you that. Do you want to do it? For me?
I'm afraid I'll mess it up.
You wouldn't, but okay.
Well, I know you always have a problem solver.
I do. I do. We can fix it. Okay. This rosy red color is so pretty for spring. And I have some pretty ribbons too that will be tying through the top of these. And I might look today at Hobby Lobby for more spring. I have a lot of Christmas ribbons, but I don't have a lot of spring ribbon.
Like pastel.
Yeah, like that. Or we could just use jute too, but
Yeah, I think though the ribbon would be pretty with that.
yeah, I do too. Okay. All right, that one's going to sit too for a second. So let's go back to this. I'm going to do this one now. This is ready to take off. I think, do you know that?
It makes me nervous.
Me too. But you know what? I mean, you don't want to waste it, but you can always paint again and do it. But yeah, that's my favorite part. Do you guys know about like that flow blue look? A lot of times this is how flow blue is where some of the blue looks like it's
Smeared?
sort of, yeah. It's an actual look on pottery and stuff, but. All right, it's a little faded, but I don't care. I like it. We could have left it a little longer, but all right. Very French. And then, what would be next? This one? Let's check this one. All right, let me hit it with the heat gun just for a couple minutes. Flowing, yeah.
Hmm?
The blue, Karen was talking about flow blue.
Yeah.
The next step we'll talk about is how to seal that. You definitely don't want to use a brush on it at this point because what's going to happen is you're going to have a big blue mess if you do that. All right, get some water on it and we'll check it and see if it's ready to pull it. I wouldn't suggest using this, but I couldn't find my picker, my weeder from, I don't want that paint to come up. It's coming up. I'm going to have to touch that up a little bit. I wonder if it's part of the, I wonder if this has something to do with, you know how when you were painting and it was coming up like that?
Mm-hmm.
If it has something to do with, like, with the sealer that was on this before.
Sure, I sanded it.
We may just have to wait on this one and pull it, and I'll have to show pictures of it because, I don't know. Usually we don't have to sand. So, we'll see. This is better. Normally DIY paint is just fine, but every once in a while you'll get a product, or you just don't know what the kind of finish was before on what you're doing. And this one was from IKEA, and I don't know, it's doing pretty good. Look at that. Yay. But this little spot down here is going to have to take an artist brush and some, that's really pretty.
Oh, it is.
Just a little bit of touch up right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it too much because I'm going to cause a bigger problem.
Yeah.
I can't help it. Okay, stop. That's really pretty. So we'll get the artist brush in there when that's completely dry and touch up that little spot that came up. But I think that's really pretty. Okay, let's get to our little Easter decor. I'll show, well, those are still drying just a bit. This was one we probably won't get to today, but the same technique is going to apply to this, and that's painting it completely. But part of the Spring Melody had a page of like this red spring toile with birds and roses, and so I thought we would do this across the front of this, just the same way we've been doing with the other things, and then pull it up, and it'd be a cute little planter box. I also thought, because we have an endless amount of totes, we could do one that looked like an Easter basket.
Oh, yeah.
And that would be a cute option for people to use as an Easter basket instead of buying them. All right. Let's see how these little bunnies do. I will use the heat gun for just a second. Right, I think that's the last time I'm going to have to use that today. I'm going to be scratching. You hear the jingles? All right. Let's see how this one's doing. Pretty cute.
Oh, I love it.
I do too. I have some really pretty ribbon that this color is going to go with. It's kind of I don't know, a taupey, tanny green.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's pretty. Okay. Super cute. And I'll show you what I was thinking. Maybe, I don't know, that's a little brownish. But that's cute ribbon, isn't it? Share with that. We might look for some that looks a little more green.
Kind of an olive.
Yeah, it is like an olive. Okay, let's get this other one done. Put that in front of you. And then I can't forget to show them how to seal it. So we will do that maybe on that bunny.
Okay.
Now this one's doing that paint thing where we may have rushed it, so we might have this one wait as well. You know that it's ready when, or it's dry enough when it looks hazy again. Here we go. I think we'll be okay. I'm careful. I kind of just pull it back at a 45-degree angle. Oh, that's cute too. We need to find some matching ribbon to this. I wonder if we'll take these little ones with us today to find ribbon. Oh, that's really cute.
Or if we didn't want to take them with us, we could take a couple of these.
Yeah, we could just take the paper with us too to match, but that's cute. All right. Let me seal that one for them. So what you want to do, you definitely don't want to use your brush on this right at first.
It's cute.
Until it has been sealed, and the best way to seal it is to spray it on it first. So I've got just some regular water in there, and I'm going to use some Big Top. I might look for more spray bottles while I'm out today too, especially since we're going to do the class on this. We're going to need many. Okay, it's got about a 50-50 mix of Big Top and water. I'm going to shake it up. I want it to be more of a spray, not a stream. There we go. It'll dry. But what that's going to do is give it, I'll probably do this twice. So I'll let that dry like that, do it again, and then that will have sealed that. So I could go back and then after that second coat is dry and use either wax or brush on the big top to seal it. And then this image won't be, you know, it'll be sealed down.
Hurt it,
No,
yeah.
it won't hurt it. Just remember and mark that you have your 50-50 mix of big top, and then sometimes when you leave it in there too long without using it again, it's going to clog this. So just use the cheapy bottles so that you can throw them out if you need to. So yeah, then you can go back in after that's dry, wax it, do whatever you want to do. These are cute.
Very
Cute.
Did you show that one?
Did I do a
I
close-up?
guess you did.
I may have done it. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. All right. So the paint inlays aren't hard. They just have a little bit of a learning curve sometime. But if you can start with the smaller elements, like these ones that came in Spring Melody, and take your time. I do have videos on using the inlays on my YouTube channel too. So if you're local and want to come to, we have 3 classes coming up. So we have the aluminum can upcycle class at Farm Girl on the 28th, Friday the 28th at 10. Message me. I have some people signed up for that one already. Then we're doing the candle making class on Thursday the 13th of March in the evening. And then at Southport, and that's at Farm Girl too, at Southport will be this class where we'll do the small Eastern spring decor on Friday the 7th or 6th, whatever that Friday is, at noon at Southport. So message me if you're interested. And yeah, I think that's it. We're going to get these finished up, and we'll try to finish up last week's vintage suitcase projects, get it all posted later this week for you guys. But thanks for joining us, and check out mamabearblue.com if you want any of the products, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.